Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. This your brother Kwam Allah coming at you with another lesson. Before I get into this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahach Wadash. Also, I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach this truth, who rule well. Kazak Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, as you see, right here, this is YouTube. No, this is on TikTok, which we know they're about to soon ban TikTok for all the information that is being put out, because the elites, they want to be able to control the narrative of today's society. But we have whistleblowers like right here, this right here says former CIA targeter Sarah Adams prediction for 2025. And so far, the things she was saying, certain events happened, like with that New Orleans on Bourbon Street. All right, the guy hopped out and plowed through a whole bunch of people and then had a shootout with the police until, he was unalived. These things is about to more and more likely increase, because we believe this is that year, the time of judgment, Jacob's trouble. All these things could lead into that. Also to Israel's deliverance and Esau's destruction. All right, this is what we're hoping for, but, this is, I'm going to let this video play.
What about the U.S.?
So the U.S., from what we've seen, I told you about the camps, right? That there's the advanced urban warfare. So we think it's going to look like October 7th, but it's actually based on, and October 7th was probably also based on it. It's based on the Mumbai attacks that occurred 15 years ago in Delhi, India. And we believe this for multiple reasons.
What happened there? Before we dig into that.
Yeah, we talked about this. I think it was my first episode. It was basically a terrorist group, Lashkar-e-Taiba. They did a number, it's called swarming attacks. They did a number of attacks in New Delhi, at a hotel, the Taj Mahal, I believe it was called, at basically the train station, etc. The interesting thing about it, and this is why they're going to employ it now, is those terrorists were given kind of latitude. One, they could change the location they were attacking, and they could change the modus operandi they were using. So, for example, when they went into the train station, it was supposed to be a bombing. When they got in there, they said, wow, we can kill more people just shooting them than putting the bomb together, and they shot them. Another thing that they did is in real time, information was being passed to them. So when they were in the Taj Mahal,
Right, and she's talking about planned, organized T attacks, man. All right, what you had was just one guy and another maybe affiliate, all right, that was in the army or navy or they was in some type of part of the military together. All right, more than likely because they were linked together, all right, with some type of ISIS or tech or whatever. But just be expecting organized T attacks, man, just like she was going into. All right, they're going to be able to, call each other and link up and be able to literally reroute, call an audible, and do more mass destruction than what they, normally would have sent out to be doing. All right, and like I said, these things are to come. All right, because why? The border was open. I'm gonna get into that.
They were being told what was on the press and what the police were doing, and they changed basically some of their movements in the hotel to make the attack last longer, okay? So this is the part that's going to be different, right? So Al-Qaeda always wants to innovate when it does its next attack, right? So I've already told you about the innovation of the suicide vests. Well, do you know we really haven't had a suicide bombing in the United States ever? There's the Nashville guy who did the strange, blew himself up in the car early in the morning when no one was around. That's kind of it.
The AT&T building?
Yep. So we have not had a man walk up to a building with a suicide vest on in the United States. Americans don't understand this. Al-Qaeda knows this, right? So this is new and innovative, especially now. You don't have to walk upside of the building. You can walk in the building because of the advancement of the vest. The other thing is, in the United States, we have...
Right, they're saying they have so much of a more of an advanced vest where it's not even going to be picked up through what's those things that you walk through a certain high-level buildings, or and it detects certain things. They have dogs that pick up certain things. All right, they're saying these vests aren't even being detected. All right, so you could be walking around a whole sleeper cell, and then boom. All right, you in Walmart,
And had Fedayeen attackers. Do you know what this is? I mean, you'll know when I explain it. If you fought in I don't know, Ramadi, Fallujah. You've seen these. So the concept is the terrorist fights to the death. So he's not exactly a suicide bomber, but he will fight till either all of us are dead or all of his people are dead, right? So this can go on for multiple days, like the plan was for Mumbai, for example. So we think it's going to be a
Meaning, she's saying that there's T's that go and will just blow themselves away, but then there's T's that's gonna, gonna go and fight all the way into the death. All right, they're gonna, have a shootout or whatever. And like she said, until all your people are going, until all their people are going. But the whole thing is, his mission is to die.
swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across multiple cities. We think there will be suicide bombers just because some of the attackers went through suicide bomber training and they have these vests, right? And then we think there's these Fedayeen attackers who will carry on until they're killed. The Fedayeen matters, right? I was watching, I want to say it was like 8 months ago.
Let me just rephrase that. So these guys are trained, and we already overlaid the video of their training, and they are going to fight until they're killed.
Yes.
There's no stopping them.
Exactly. And that matters, right? So I was watching this video and it was a suicide bombing in Kabul years ago. And it was the bomber blew up, okay? And then everyone starts moving in, the first responders move in, right? And then another guy walks in and blows up. We know this is a tactic, right? But if Americans don't understand this as a tactic and don't understand these attackers are going to fight to the death, think about that. So battle's going on, the attacker surrenders, right? He might have the suicide vest. We let our guard down. That man came to die, right? He's going to fight till he dies or you dies. So we can't let our guards down. And they know our weakness, right? So we have to be very careful that we don't have more people die in these second and third order effects of not knowing their intent.
What kind of places do you think they're going to target?
So this is what's complicated. So Al-Qaeda's preference, as you can imagine, is symbols of the U.S. or anything that causes economic damage, right? So Capitol is a great symbol. Capitol was actually I think the Capitol is, a lot of people are targeting it, but the Capitol was in their propaganda just as 9/11 when they were memorializing 9/11, right? So the Capitol matters. I feel like bridges or any kind of public transportation always matters because it puts cost.
And we know earlier, in last year, Bridges was attacked, things like that. But she said enough. I want to get another video and then grab some scriptures because it's a lot, that she said that we believe to be true just because of the events that's happening and the times we in. Because how would they be able to, do all these things in today's time? All right, why? Because, certain laws and executive orders was passed for certain things to happen, which ultimately was led for prophecy to be, fulfilled. Like this guy right here.
If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
You will see soon.
All right, guys.
All right, and why would he say that? Soon you will know who I am. Other news medias, when he said that, they looked at that as a threat to America. But you think he's just the only one? You think he's the only one that's thinking like this? You think he's the only one that remember what America has done to their countries and families and kids? All the stuff they done for pointless acts of their God, which is gold, oil, and drugs, to go into other countries, or invade and set up garrisons and be over control. But like he said soon, everybody gonna know who he is, and more, maybe, and maybe more. All right, why? Because, the government under Joe Biden, let a lot of these people in, which more than likely might be these sleeper cells that Sarah Adams was speaking on. All right, the ones that was already trained with the foreknowledge to know what they was coming to America to do, But grab some scriptures. Matter of fact, yeah, Psalm 64 and 8, it says, so shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. And what Sarah Adam, what she just did was being a whistleblower, because while she was a former CIA secret, what I forgot what department she was in, but she was, I guess it might have been into the acts. But her being released, there's certain things you ain't supposed to be speaking about, all right? Because why it might be the elites might be not wanting the people to know, at a point in time. But she's, like I said, TikTok, all right, might be banned for reasons like this, But it says, all that see them shall flee away, because everybody's leading away from really mainstream media into things like this, and they're seeing, what is being talked about. But you got to remember, this is their country. This is the people's country. All right, they're up under the government's rule, and the government allowed this. All right, and also the people that came here with the trust of the Indonesians and the Africans and Chinese people that came over here to seek a better life in here in America. They're seeing that all this is about to be over with, man. But it say all that see them shall flee away. So the ones that's wise, that's seeing what she's talking about, is going to turn and leave, man. Like the scriptures say, everybody's going to flee into their own country, because America's about to be over with. America about to be destroyed. Everybody's seeing, like, Indonesia just joined BRICS. That means the dollar's getting weaker. All right. I'm gonna go to because like I said, I'm gonna go to Ezekiel 38 and 11, just showing you that it was prophecy for America to be easily gotten into. All right, it has no walls, it has no fortress. All right, you have people from Colombia and Cuba and Venezuela and Mexico. Before it was even open, they were still getting in here, because while it was an unwalled village. All right, I mean, there's no real good protection. All right, but it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and it says, I will go to them that are at rest, and America is at rest, thinking everything is sweet. All right, but what you have, Russia, their intel, China, their intel, Iran, their intel. All right, they're already infiltrating this place, man. All right, it says that dwell safely. It says all of them dwelling without walls, going into that. Like I said, there's no set up border, to keep people from coming in. All right, back in the ancient world, what do you think the Great Wall of China, and then I think it was another one, the Great Wall of Benin or something like that, But it says all of them dwelling without walls, having their bars, nor gates, man. So yeah, you got a lot of sleeper cells, in America already working in probably IT businesses, is going into certain things. Like you already got Chinese people buying up farmland right next to military bases. Everybody, the Lord is setting up everything, man. I'm gonna go to Second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 33, because this is that infiltration. It says, and from the land of the Assyrians, are you talking about America? It says, shall the enemy besiege them. All right, and this is that besiege when you already got people inside infiltrating, people already working right next to you. You thinking they came here for a good life, but really they came here to kill everybody next to you, man. That's their objective, especially if you went like they said, they targeting spots like the Capitol building, or other places they can, secretly get into, that America give them a chance, under the order of Biden. But you got Trump, with his with Tom Hold'em and his I forgot what they called him, his border czar or something like that. But it's too late for all that. So that's what the whole, MOTB, these concentration camps, the UN soldiers, and all this is, Lord willing, this is the year for all that to come to pass, man. It says, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemies besiege them and consume some of them. All right, there's gonna be that them T attacks, man. All right, it says, and their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. You know, this is what's coming down the pipe, man. And that's why I don't know if, well, he said in that video, but it might have been the next one, but he said he was scared when he seen how tactical these sleeper cells are, man. You know, I'm gonna go to Salaki. Isaiah 13 and 13, it says, therefore will I shake the heavens and the earth, Salakia, and the earth shall remove out of her place. All right, and that's going to be from the missiles, you know, to get shot off, but also, you know, to shake the heavens, you know, these rulerships is getting shaken up by how the prophets, all right, and all these things that's not going in the order of Esau's NWO, you know, because they're losing control. All right, and also these heathen nations, they already know what's coming too, man. You know, what the elites know. But it says, in the wrath of the Lord, it says, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. All right, because we in that day almost, you know, because I mean everything had been destroyed, but everything's leading to the destruction. All right, the Lord said, "Will I be?" But fire be already kindled, because he come to send fire on the earth. Meaning what? It's going to be a fire started, meaning these havoc and all these things that's going on. All right, but verse 14, it says, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own place and flee one into his own land. All right, because the times we coming in, the destruction that's about to happen, you already got, like if you watch that movie Leave the World Behind, the upper elites in America, they was already leaving because why? They had the foreknowledge of what was going to go down, and everybody who didn't was left in the country or in the cities, and the one who had at least enough time to know, they left outside into the countries. I mean, not the countries, but you know, the what you call it, like when you go out of town, the little it's not a city, I guess the little they got out the city, you know, just gonna say that they got out the city. But yeah, these are times we coming into, man. You know, these sleeper cells is about to be woken up and be activated to under who's ever control. All right, because best believe it's more than just, you know, Iran that has sleeper cells over here. You got China. All right, you probably got some Africans. That's why you see all these nations over here now, man, and they still flooding in here. So just believe it's gonna be, you know, more and more T attacks. You know, the Lord gonna make this year, you know, real interesting, man. But Lord willing, this was edifying to the Lord's elect. Until next time, shalom.